What is going on, friends? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, my name is Audrey with the cbcanetwork.com. And on this channel, we discuss how to get access to personal and business funding to help you start, grow, or fund your business using our simple 5-step process. So we're going to get into some of that tonight, what our simple 5-step process is. We're going to break down the top 5 net 30 vendor accounts, really all the vendor accounts that you need in order to build business credit in 2022. We're just going to give you the blueprint. We like to give you guys a lot of gems on this channel. So we're going to break down the 5 vendor accounts that you need in order to start building business credit in 2022 in as little as 30 days. So if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we appreciate your support. Always make sure you turn on your notification bells so that you don't miss out on our weekly live streams every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, welcome. Glad you guys could join us. If you are new to the chat, type in the comments. Let me know exactly where you're tapping in from, what city, what state. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to get into the top 5 net 30 accounts to use to start building business credit in 2022. Welcome back, family. I missed y'all, man. If you could, please, in the comments, type in the chat where you guys tapping in from, what city, what state. And we're going to get into tonight's topic on the best net 30 accounts to open. It's been an interesting week in the business credit world. Hopefully you guys have been getting approvals. Hopefully you guys have been taking action on the information that's on the channel. Trey Foe in the building. What's going on, Santana? Always repping, man. Always representing for the Carolinas, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Hope all is well, man. Yeah, man. I know you attended the last one-day masterclass. Speaking of which, we are doing early bird registration. So if you would like access to our early bird pricing for our next one-day masterclass, which happens on March 26th at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we chopped off an hour. We have 3 different price tiers right now for early bird. So for $1, which is really a no-brainer, you get access to the recording only. So you get access to the replay for 48 hours, right, inside of a Facebook group. So you can pay $1 and get access to the replay. And then we also have general admission tickets. So you will be added to the Facebook group where you can, watch the live stream in person, ask questions inside of the group. Those tickets are on sale right now for $47. And then if you want VIP access where you will actually be one-on-one on the actual Zoom call with me live before and after the event, then those tickets are $197 currently. So make sure you text the word EASY to 980-825-4360 to get the links to register for your early bird tickets. Emails went out yesterday for everyone to go ahead and sign up for the early bird registration. So appreciate you guys for always showing support. Again, if you have not yet, make sure you join our free Facebook community. We're growing. We have almost 2,000 people inside of our free Facebook community. Facebook group is Business Funding Made Easy, cbcanetwork.com. As always, and last but not least, if you are new to building business credit, if you're looking to get the blueprint on how to get business credit in as little as 30 to 45 days, then I invite you to check out 80paydayscheatsheet.com. It is the only cheat sheet that you need in order to start building your business profile and start reaching out to banks and getting funding in as little as 30 days. You can go to 80paydayscheatsheet.com to get access to your cheat sheet. But what's going on, family? How y'all been this week, man? What's new in the news, man? I see we got Detroit in the building. We got Charlotte in the house. What's going on, Charlotte? Regina tapping in. What's going on, Charlotte? I appreciate all the love from my home city. I appreciate it as always, man. Definitely, man. I think we're going to do a meetup at some point, man. I just got to figure it out, man. This whole COVID situation sounds like it's pretty much a done deal. But we'll have to do a meetup here in the city, man. We got to do a meetup in the city for sure. We got Pennsylvania in the building. What's going on, Pennsylvania? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ivorine is in the building. What's going on? Good evening, Ivorine. Let's see who else we got, man. Oh man, Reaction Vlog said got approved for 2 gas cards. Love it, love it. We're going on a 52 game win streak here, family, with the approvals. I think we 52 weeks. 52 weeks is definitely it's on the horizon for sure, for sure. I think it's coming. We got Virginia in the building. What's going on, L Diamonds? Appreciate you tapping in. T Mac is in the building. Charlotte always repping, man. I appreciate all the love in the city, man. Michigan is in the building. What's going on? Shout out to the homie Anton Daniels. Shout out to the Michigan Wolverines, man. Jawar Howard, one of the Fab Five members, man. Got to a little bit of an altercation. But I mean, again, you know, even though he's the coach of Michigan, he's still from the south side of Chicago, man. Shout out to the shop. We got Texas in the building. What's going on, Temple, Texas? We definitely going to have to do a Houston meetup. That's definitely on the horizon. The Houston meetup is on the way. Best believe it. Joy Angel, Detroit, Michigan. Michigan is in the building, man. We appreciate all the love up north. Hey, there we go, Regina. Amex business credit card today. Amex has been pretty hot lately. For myself, a couple clients, a couple people, friends of mine who has clients. Amex has been on fire with the approvals, man. Yeah, I think Amex is right now probably hot. I think they're a little hotter than Chase. As Chase has always been the hottest, just from my experience, as long as I've been doing this. But I think right now Amex is really on a funding spree, man. I think they are on a funding spree. Birmingham, in the building, Alabama. What's going on, Jennifer? She said, ready for the gems you will be sharing. I appreciate all the love, man. We definitely got some gems for you today. Definitely. Let's see. My guy Santana says he got a business credit card with Bank of America. Business been open for 2 weeks. Woo! Okay, y'all. I see y'all. I like it. James said Amex requiring a PG. Yes, they do require a PG. Got approved for Navy Federal credit card today. Let's go. That's what I like to see, man. I appreciate all the love and, you know, the comments, but it's really all about the approvals, man. It's about you guys getting funding. It's about you guys taking action. And just, you know, making sure that you know doing the things in the proper order, making sure you get the funding, but also making sure that we fund our business the proper way, making sure we know our KPIs, making sure that we're not getting into too much debt. We don't want to have a lot of debt on the business. Where I'm a big fan of making sure you have some type of strategy, some type of strategic game plan in place for the funding. So we're gonna definitely get into some more of that on some future live streams. You know, because you know the beauty of business credit is that you don't have to ruin your personal credit once you kind of understand the steps. But with that being said, I'm noticing a trend where a lot of people are going after alternative funding that can kind of put your business in a negative position from a debt perspective. Now, if you're in the real estate space or if you're in Turo trucking, something where you know the debt is secured by an asset, I'm not a huge I'm not, you know, terribly opposed to it. But if you are, you know, just incurring debt against the business, we need to look at the sales. We need to make sure that the sales kind of line up with the debt service, because you want to make sure that when you're taking out these business credit cards, these business lines of credit, business term loans, you know, even personal loans, however you're funding your startup or whatever the case may be, we got to look at how much revenue is being generated. If the revenues are not lining up with how much debt you're incurring, we kind of got to scale back a little bit and maybe rethink the business strategy or come up with some new ways to bring in more revenue into the business. So I'm just not a huge fan of business debt. Also, before we get into it tonight, tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing a special live stream on personal credit. And I'm also going to be doing a 3-day personal credit do-it-yourself challenge. Okay. So for those of you who have attended one of our one-day masterclass, we do teach you guys how to fix your own credit. We teach you how to actually dispute negative items on your personal credit, whether it's inquiries, negative accounts, late payments, etc. We cover all that in detail. So what I want to do for you guys tomorrow and then during our 3-day challenges, I want to take that information, I'm going to put it into a 3-day event, and it's totally free. So you guys, we'll put the link in the description to register for that, and we can go from there. So definitely make sure if you got any credit issues, any credit questions, how to dispute negative items, anything that's on your personal credit. And for those of you who attend this 3-day challenge, I have a special treat for you guys. Absolutely. So definitely make sure you tap in if you need help with your personal credit. Reaction blog say they got Shell, Plus, and Meyer. Mears or Myers? I'm not sure what that is. Oh man, Regina says she got 10K with Divvy, no PG. Make sure you have QuickBooks for best approval. Okay, QuickBooks is the secret sauce, Regina. I got you. I like Divvy a lot. I just don't like that as a net 30, but it does report now to the bureau, so that's dope. Let's see, man. So tonight we're gonna get into some topics about the best net 30s to start up with, but I wanted to bring up something that was a kind of a hot topic last week, and kind of got some riled up some feathers, right? Riled up some feathers, ruffled up a little bit of controversy. And so apparently, I don't know, did you guys see that? Are you, if anyone's in my free Facebook group, or if you follow me on Instagram, connect with me on Instagram at same handle Carolina's own. So apparently the Synchrony Amazon Net 55 looks to be no more. Were you guys aware of that? Comment in the chat if you guys were aware of this scenario. I'm just curious if you guys had heard about it. Shout out to the business credit expert on Instagram. She made a post about I guess one of her clients or students receiving a letter basically saying that the Amazon Net 55 is going to be done away with. Sorry guys, I'm drinking this tea, man, trying to stay hydrated. So basically the Amazon Net 55 looks to be no more as of April. So let me pull it up real quick. Let's do this. Let me share my screen and pull it up. But yeah, it looks like, I mean, I personally didn't get the letter. So I'm just read off what the letter says, right? So, and again, let me remove this banner out the way so you guys can kind of see this. So apparently, and from the letter, this is what it says, right? Thank you for being a loyal Amazon corporate revolving credit line card member. We want to let you know that we are discontinuing the Amazon corporate revolving credit line program as of April 30th, 2022. After April 30th, 2022, Amazon.com and Amazon Business will no longer accept the Amazon corporate revolving credit line as a method of payment. If your account has a balance as of April 30th, 2022, you will continue to receive statements from Synchrony Bank and will be required to pay your outstanding credit card balance under the terms and conditions in your credit card holder agreement. For any questions, please contact, and then give the number. We appreciate having you as an Amazon corporate revolving credit line customer. Thank you, Synchrony Bank. So the issue, I think, with this, now, here's what I think, and here's what I say. Apparently, this is what happened. Amazon decided to move to American Express being the revolving, I want to say like basically the revolving arm of their business outfit, right? For a long time, Synchrony was the play. Synchrony was the way to kind of get access to the Amazon orders, right? I've used Amazon for various things inside of my business. I have 2 different Amazon Net 55 accounts for 2 different businesses. But I think what happened now is that Amazon is looking to exclusively give that business uh, business funding arm to American Express. So for those of you who are watching and have the Amazon business credit card, you guys are in a good position because you've already been approved for what it looks like Amazon is moving to for business. Now, this does not affect you if you have the net 30 through Amazon Business. So Amazon actually has their own net 30 terms that you can get just from opening up a net Amazon business account. So if you open up an Amazon business account, they usually send you an email if you qualify for a net 30 account. And you can just apply for it, get approved, and then you can just use the net 30 on Amazon. So the net 55 was really a clutch. It was a game changer because for one, it reported to Synchrony Bank. It reported to Experian and DNB. So you was basically getting a double dip trade line, right? You was getting it reported to DNB and it reported to Experian. And it looks like as of April 30th, that will be no more as far as you being able to use it on Amazon. Now, I personally did not get the letter for either one of my Amazon corporate accounts. Not to say that I won't get the letter, but various people say they got emails. Some people say they got a letter. I didn't get the letter, but this was what was posted by the business credit expert on Instagram. And so kind of, I posted it in one of the larger Facebook groups and kind of caught buzz. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, family. You got to understand that, banks and credit lines and things like that come and go. But I think it is a wake-up call. And the reason why I say it's a wake-up call is because we have to understand that sometimes credit lines get closed. Sometimes banks, discontinue different products. There are some city trade lines that are no longer, right? The city commercial one account, you can't get anymore. You can't apply for it. If you don't already have it, you can't get it. And so this may continue. You may see this trend with different banks kind of discontinuing different vendor accounts that they have. But the beauty of the one-day masterclass and the reason why I tell you guys to register for it is because for those of you who get general admission or VIP access, in the handouts, we give you over 50 different net 30 vendor accounts, right? We give you over 20 tier ones. We give you over 30 tier twos. So for those of you who have been to the masterclass or attended the one-day boot camps, you know that, we kind of just roll with the punches at this point. We don't necessarily worry about what vendors are coming or going. We just kind of stick with the ones that's been kind of tried and true, right? The ones that's kind of been around for a while and kind of flew under the radar. There's several that you may not even be aware of that actually offer net 30 payment terms and report the trade line. So I think it's a wake-up call. I don't necessarily see this as a bad thing per se. So we just got to rate it out and see. We're going to get into some questions too, Lucky's apps. But to answer your question, I don't think that the Amazon Net 30 reports. I think it was just a Synchrony trade line. But what are y'all thoughts? What do y'all think? Do y'all think this is good? Do y'all think this is a bad look? How do y'all feel about the Amazon Synchrony Net 55 kind of being no more after April? Are y'all upset about it? Because it seemed like it was very controversial. I must say, it seemed like it was very, very controversial when I posted it in my Facebook group and one of the larger Facebook groups. A lot of people were in their feelings about it. They were upset. They were just kind of mad. They was like, oh. And the only reason why I think so is because I mixed in a little bit of sizzle with it. So I said, is Sam's next? Is Sam's not approving MasterCards anymore? And people took that and ran with it. I had to throw a little spice on it. But I think the Sam's Club MasterCard and Store Card are here to stay for the time being. And you got to remember, for those of you doing Airbnb or if you got real estate businesses where you need to furnish a unit or things like that, the Sam's Club card is good at Walmart too. So what are y'all thoughts on that? I'm just curious. Yvonne says, so the Sam's Club Net 55 is done. What do we apply for with Amazon that will benefit our business? The Net 30 is still available. Yvonne. And you also have the Amazon American Express. So that would be my guess. I don't see. I'm curious what you guys think about this, man. Do y'all think this is a good or bad thing? I'm not seeing any comments, but I think it's just part of the game, you know. And honestly, I don't think any one business owner killed the industry. I disagree just a little bit, you know, with the post. I mean, she was kind of throwing some flames. She said, y'all killing the industry, especially with these fake business credit people that don't be knowing what they talk about. So, I mean, it's spicy. It's controversial, man. It's one of them things where, you know, essentially, you know, you got to shake things up a little bit. But the reason why I wanted to touch on this topic tonight is because I wanted to give you guys just some basic foundational net 30 accounts that you can get pretty easily no matter where you are on your business funding journey. Now, remember, one of the things that we teach on our channel, you can go back and watch some of the previous live streams, some of our older content that we have on the channel. We talk about our 5-step process, right? It's a simple 5-step process that we follow, right? And so step number 1, we want to form our business. That could be LLC, C Corp, S Corp. We cannot ideally get business credit as a sole proprietor. So if you are a sole proprietor, you want to transition from sole prop to LLC, S Corp, C Corp as soon as possible. So you want to form the business. We'll do a whole live stream on that, kind of recapping that. You guys have heard me talk about that in some of our previous live streams. So step number 1, we want to form the business. Step number 2, we want to make sure that we become bank compliant. Okay, we want to make sure that we're bank compliant. You know, business email, business phone number, business address, all of that good stuff. Step number 3, you want to list the business online. So that could be Google My Business, that could be Yelp, that could be Facebook page. Your Facebook page matters now. Google is looking at your Facebook page when they're evaluating your business for a Google My Business registration. They are keying in on your Facebook page. Also, yellowpyp.com. So make sure step 3 that you are listing your business. Then step 4, which we're going to talk about tonight. Step 4, you want to open up small vendor trade lines, right? And so you really only need 4 vendor accounts. I want to be crystal clear on this because this is where I see where many people get stuck. They literally try to open up every single net 30 in the world, and you don't need every net 30. You ideally want to have 4 to 5 trade lines reported on your profile. That's all you need, family. Now, if you're trying to get, you know, higher tiers and Sam's Clubs and, you know, other tier 2 revolving accounts, then yes, you may need to build out further. But in order to, you know, have a solid business profile, and I want to stress this, in order to have a solid business fundable business credit profile, you only need 4 trade lines. That's all you need, family. All right, so you need 4, right? We're going to give you 5 tonight, but you only need 4. So after you build small trade lines, step 5, you want to reach out to local banks and credit unions, okay? And we stress local banks and credit unions. Now, there are some different tier banks. You have tier 1 banks like Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Citi, but we'll probably talk about that. We'll touch on the different bank tiers in another live stream, all right? Because that can, you know, that's a whole nother topic. But again, remember we said step 4, we want to open up small vendor accounts and open up accounts and order from them. All right, so with that being said, we go to the comments real quick, see what you guys got going on in the comments. Santana said, not mad, makes room for the other companies to emerge and take that spot. Yep. Nothing on this earth lasts forever. That's a fact. That is a fact. Absolutely. My guy Corey said, I don't think it matters. Yeah, I don't think so either. Because you still got, you know, Amazon for American Express, and you still have the Amazon Net 30. So if you're doing Airbnb, you still have those available to you. And the Amazon American Express is revolving anyway. I just hate the fact I was kind of feeling that net 55, man. That That was music to my ears. Cheetah Express today just got approved for a Shell gas fleet 2,000 limit. Let's get it. Let's get it. Love it. Wally said, really, as a sole proprietor, you can't get business credit. Interesting. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I mean, it's not, you can get, certain banks will give you business credit cards, right? With a EIN number if you have a sole prop, right? Because you can get an EIN number for a sole prop, but you can't open up a business bank account. You can't apply for most business credit cards. Now, you know, certain bigger banks like Amex, Chase, you can be a sole prop and get business credit cards, right? The highest utilization. But I don't know how effective that is, especially as you talk about, you know, growing your business. You may want to open up a, you know, a 20, 30, 40K line of credit. Those things you would need an LLC, C Corp, S Corp for. So hopefully that kind of sheds some light for you, Wally. Yep. So we're going to get into some Q&A, but let's kind of talk about the top 5 net 30 vendors that you can build business credit for in 2022. And it's kind of redundant. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, a lot of you guys have came to the channel and kind of watched the channel grow over the last year and know that, you know, essentially in the beginning, we kind of gave you guys a foundational principle, which is the 80 paydex strategy. So if you need more insight, or if you want to learn how to actually execute the 80 paydex strategy, please make sure you go to 80paydexcheatsheet.com, 80paydexcheatsheet.com, and get your 80 paydex cheat sheet to kind of understand and execute on that strategy. All right. So with that being said, so in some of our previous live stream, I want to say the second live stream I ever did on the channel, so you can go back and watch that one. That one, we gave you 10, right? We gave you 10. Tonight, I want to give you 5. And the reason why I'm shortening down the list is because I don't want people getting stuck in this part of the process. You need to build a business profile, yes, but you also need to start reaching out to local banks and credit unions. So don't get stuck here. Remember, the end goal is to get bank funding. Now, I know some people watching this will disagree with me and say, hey, you could build business credit with your EIN only. You don't need your social. Yes, you can. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So my strategy is, and it's worked for me, it's worked for my students, it's worked for people who work with me one-on-one, is we like to build a business profile to then move on to bank funding, right? In step 5. We don't like to build a business profile to keep getting, you know, high limit gas cards and getting a bunch of vendor accounts, right? That we may or may not use. If you can use Lowe's, then great. Go ahead and get Lowe's. If you can't use Lowe's, then don't worry about it. Don't force the issue, right? You have fintechs that are available to you. There's no PG. So maybe go to fintech route if you do want to build with your EIN only. I'm not saying don't build with the EIN only, but don't open up a bunch of vendor accounts just for the sake of, you know, not using your social. You know, that's kind of counterproductive, family. You don't want to just open up a bunch of vendor accounts. So let me bring up my screen. I'm going to bring up the first one. And this is an oldie but goodie. Oldie but goodie, right? You all know and love this one. We've all heard about the 2 NAV accounts, 2 gas card strategy. So, and that actually the live stream that I was referring to, I'll make sure to plug a link in the description to that video. That was actually the first live stream I ever did when I introduced that 80 paydex strategy, 2 NAV accounts, 2 gas cards, 80 paydex strategy. Okay. So with that being said, and I'll probably go more in depth into this during the next one-day masterclass on how to actually execute these 2 NAV accounts. We are doing a clubhouse room. Miss Vanessa Lynn is hosting a clubhouse room this Saturday. So if you are on Clubhouse, you know, make sure you connect with me. I'll put a link in the description to my clubhouse, and we'll kind of break down, give some insight on the 2 NAV account strategy. I don't want to take up too much time tonight going over it, but if you get access to the cheat sheet, I'll go into detail on how to set that up. The main thing to remember with the 2 NAV accounts, 2 gas card strategy is for each NAV account, one has to be quarterly with one email and one has to be monthly with a different email. It doesn't matter which one is monthly or quarterly. They just can't have the same email and they both cannot be monthly. All right, so moving on. So nav.com. Nav has 2 different paid plans, right? So if you're looking to build business credit, then you can open up the 2 different types. So they have the NAV Business Boost Plan and they have the NAV Business Loan Builder Plan. Both plans will give you a net 30 that reports to all 3 business bureaus. Now, let me see if I can pull up the actual screen to sign up for NAV. Some reason it's not letting me go back, family. But nonetheless, I'm not sure what's going on, fam. Let me stop sharing and come back. So nav.com is one of the vendors that you can open up pretty easily in tier 1. You really don't need any trade line. Like Nav, I personally think if you're watching this video and you have not yet started on your business credit journey, if you have not yet started building your business credit profile, I would highly recommend starting with nav.com. I want to bring up the actual screen where the accounts are. So we'll come back to Nav, okay? But next up after Nav, this is kind of a sleeper. In my opinion, a lot of people don't really talk about this one as much as they should. And I mentioned this again in that first live stream I ever did on the channel. So, go back and watch the growth, because definitely came a long way. We got the lights, we got the camera, the hair is doing what it do. So we came a long way. We got the lamellos in the back, we stepped it up for y'all. But I say all that to say, always just start where you are, do it ugly, like the homie Kelly Kells, the Do It Ugly brand. Whether that's in business, I wouldn't say relationships, but if you're a business owner, sometimes you got to do it ugly and, just step it up as you go along. But now I digress, right? But back to the topic, right? The second net 30 vendor account that I highly recommend that you set up in tier 1, right? And I don't even really necessarily believe in tiers. My guy, Josh, David talks about this too. I don't really know if the tier system is still relevant at this stage in the game, family. But here's what I will say. Start with the foundation and then just build on top of that. And so these are the foundational vendor accounts that you should open right away. So we got Strategic Network Solutions. Now, Strategic Network Solutions is easy to open. You don't need a lot of vendors reporting. You can really have none reporting and get a $2,000 trade line after you make your first payment. Ideally, with them, I do recommend that you spend $80 to $100. Don't cheap out, family. Don't spend $40 with this one. Try to spend $80 to $100. And you can get, this one pretty easily in tier 1. All you would really need is your LLC paperwork, your EIN number, and your DUNS number. Okay, so Strategic Network Solutions is another one that I really, really like in tier 1. And you can get that one pretty easily. Now, this one does report to Credit Safe and Business Equifax. So that is a plus because remember, the ones we're talking about tonight, these all report to the business bureaus. So that's another reason why I'm a big fan of that 2 nav account hack is because, when I first came into the scene, when I first came to the YouTube streets and people were saying that, hey, I heard a lot of people complaining about opening up vendor accounts that did report or opening this one up and that one did report. And so with that 2 nav account strategy, you could basically get 2 trade lines that report to all 3 business bureaus without having to go the route of opening up vendor accounts with vendors that you may or may not necessarily be able to utilize. So that was kind of the beauty of that strategy. But some people kind of, I don't want to say ran it in the ground, but they just didn't execute it properly. And so we'll cover that on a whole nother live stream. I don't want to take up too much time tonight with it, but just know that that was the whole purpose of the 2 nav account strategy was to go ahead and have 2 vendor accounts that report to all 3 business bureaus. So let me see if I can pull up this nav link as well. All right. 1 second, family. Man. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can open this link up. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So let's do this. Oops. All right. I'm going to bring up the tab with Nav. Y'all out there, y'all rocking with me, man. How y'all feeling about this 2 Nav accounts, man? Are y'all still confused about it, or are y'all able to move forward? Y'all tell me, right? All right, so can you guys, all right, you can see my screen. So, like I said, they have different paid plans for the Nav accounts. So the 2 that we want to focus on is either the Business Boost or the Business Loan Builder plan. So you can either pay $39 a month or $49 a month and then do 1 quarterly. And the way that you do 1 quarterly is you just simply click here. So you go here and then you see the prices for quarterly, $119 for the quarter, $149 for the quarter if you do the Business Loan Builder. Sorry about that, family. Bless me. But you could essentially do either the Business Boost plan quarterly or the Business Loan Builder plan. It's really up to you, your pockets, how you see fit. You can go the cheap route for the quarterly and do the 120 and then do the Business Loan Builder monthly. But that's how you would get your 2 Nav accounts. All right. So I don't want to spend too much time on that one, but just go to that page. If you go to the 80 Pay That cheat sheet, click on the link inside of the cheat sheet, and you can go ahead and get to this page pretty easily, and it will take you to this page to sign up for your 2 Nav accounts. All right, so we got Strategic Network Solutions. We got nav.com, right? And then next, let's talk about another so-called sleeper, and I'll put a link in the description to sign up for this one if you have, if you see fit. But let's talk about Crown Office Supplies. Now, the reason why I like Crown Office Supplies is because at the base level, right, at the beginning level, this vendor account will report to Experian. Now, why am I stressing Experian? Because you need to build trade lines on all 3 business bureaus. If you're not familiar with the 3 business bureaus, you have Business Dun & Bradstreet, you have Business Experian, and you have Business Equifax. Now, you also have a 4th one called Credit Safe. Credit Safe is very, very key in building business credit. A lot of vendors are starting to move away from Dun & Bradstreet and look at Credit Safe. More than you think. BMW, Dell, who else? Who else pulls Credit Safe? Dell pulls Credit Safe. The gas cards, Wex pulls Credit Safe. So Crown Office Supplies is a game changer because, again, this one is one that you can get pretty easily out the gate. As long as you have your DUNS number, your EIN, and your LLC registration, you can get Crown Office Supplies, and they will report to Experian. Now, the other great thing about Crown Office Supplies is that they offer, I want to say that's like snack pack type orders, right? You could pretty much spend $100 and get, one of the office care packs, these care packs, snack packs, and be done with it, right? You got some snacks around the office or maybe around your home office if you're working out at home. But you could order maybe 40 snack packs for $25, spend $100 and be done with it. It reports to Business Experience. So this is another, starter net 30 account that I recommend that you look into as well. So that's one that I highly recommend you guys open up as you start along on your business funding journey, because all the ones that we're naming tonight are pretty much ones that you can get as a layup, right? There's not a whole lot that goes into them. They're not doing the due diligence on Secretary of State most times. They may pull Dun & Bradstreet, they may not. NAV is pretty easy to get in Tier 1, as well as Crown Office Supplies, and then also Strategic Network Solutions. That's a layup. You can get that easily with no problem. I'll put a link in the description to sign up for all 3 of those. But next, let's talk about Uline. Uline is not a sleeper, but it's a cold one because it literally, you can get Uline and it reports to DNB and Experian. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and I always give you guys this tip when you're opening up Uline, if you apply for the Uline Net 30 and they don't give you Net 30 terms right away, what you want to do is you want to place 2 orders in 30 days. I'm gonna say that again. You want to place 2 orders in 30 days. So you want to place, let's say if today was March 1st, you want to place an order on the 1st, and then after maybe 10 days, place another order on March 11th and pay the order that you made on the 1st 7 days early, and the order that you paid on the 11th 7 days early. So 2 orders within 30 days, and on the 3rd order, you should be able to get your net 30 terms. Just make sure you take care of those first 2 orders. So when you go and apply for Uline, if you don't get the net 30 right away, just make sure that you go ahead and just make sure that you go ahead and place 2 orders within 30 days. And I'll do a whole deep dive video live stream if you want me to break that whole strategy down. But I hear a lot of people in the Facebook groups and in Clubhouse and, DMs or whatever the case may be saying, hey, I tried to get Uline, they didn't give me the net 30. And also remember that Uline still reports even if it's not a net 30. So even if you pay in full in cash, they will still report the payment. So not all is lost with Uline. Shout out to the homie, credit guy, man, with the super chat, man. We appreciate the love and support, my brother. Appreciate you always tapping in every week, man. Appreciate the love, family. But Uline is a game changer. Uline reports to Dun & Bradstreet, and it reports to Business Experience. So that's a 2-for-1. The same thing I was saying about Amazon Net 55. Now, another 2-for-1 is Sam's Club, the Synchrony trade line. It reports to Dun & Bradstreet and Experience also. I just did a video on that. I'm going to be doing a deep dive video on my second Sam's Club approval. So I'll do a deep dive on that as well. But yeah, Uline is great. I like Uline a lot. And again, remember, all of the vendor accounts that I'm speaking on tonight, you can get tonight. You can literally watch this video, click off this video, open these up, as long as you have your DUNS number. If you don't have your DUNS number, I'll put a link in the description where you can get your DUNS number set up. But yeah, I pretty much, I like this. I like Uline a lot. And again, like I said, it's a dual threat. It reports to both Business Dun & Bradstreet and Business Experience. So, you guys, if you like this content, make sure you're sharing this video out. Make sure you like the video. But that is a game changer for sure. Uline is a straight game changer, in my opinion, because of the fact that they're a dual reporter. They report to Dun & Bradstreet and they report to Business Experience. Now, for the last vendor account that you need to start building business credit in 2022, another oldie but goodie, right? And that's Quill. And the reason why I like Quill is because, for those of you who came to our one-day masterclass, we also teach a 80 paydex and 30-day strategy, right? So you got the 80 paydex and 60-day strategy, which everybody who's a subscriber who follows the channel, you guys know that we teach you how to build the 2 NAV accounts, 2 gas cards, 80 paydex strategy. But there's also a way to get an 80 paydex in 30 days. And one of the accounts that you can do that with is Quill. Quill reports to Dun & Bradstreet. Now, to my knowledge, when you place an order and pay the invoice, they will report it the following Monday. So if you place an order on the 1st, let's say, well, the 1st next week is my birthday. So we know the 1st is a national holiday, right? But let's say you ordered on the 1st next week, right? March 1st, my birthday. And then you paid it 10 days early. They will report it the following Monday. So let's just say if the 10th fell on like a Thursday, that following Monday is when Quill reports. So Quill reports fast. NAV user reports on the 1st. Uline will usually report after the 1st invoice. Same thing with the gas cards. Usually the gas cards will report BP MasterCard after your 2nd invoice. So after you pay 2 invoices, they will report within 30 days. So with that being said, Quill is another game-changing vendor account because all you need is your DUNS number, and they report fast. They will report as soon as you make those invoice payments. So that's the game changer right there, for sure, family. So like I said tonight, not a lot of heavy, high level stuff. We just talking about the basics because I think it's important. You know, a lot of times, you know, a lot of business credit people try to talk over your head or try to confuse you or try to make it seem like you need all of these, you know, vendor accounts to, you know, get business funding, get bank funding. All you need is 4 vendor accounts, family, to start, you know, then move on to step 5 to reach out to local banks and credit unions. And honestly, you can open up these accounts today, tonight, or next week, and then call all your local banks with the top SBA lenders list the next day or the week after. You don't necessarily have to wait for all these steps to be in place. You can literally start making strides towards all of these as you go along, right? So you can step 1, form the business, boom. Maybe you can't be bank compliant right away, but you can get your DUNS number and open up a few vendor accounts. But I digress. So with that being said, family, let's get into some Q&A. I know you guys got questions, man. We got about 15 minutes to rock out. I want to make sure that we get you guys questions answered. Going back through the chat, Reaction Block said, what are we doing when we reach out to the credit unions after 4 trade lines? So you're just having conversations, Reaction Blocks. And so if you do decide to come to the one-day masterclass, we kind of break down how that conversation should go. But it's really not too involved, but you just want to find out what programs they offer, right? And an easy layup question I always tell people to start out with whenever you're meeting with a bank for the first time is an easy layup question you can ask is, do you offer programs for startups? And the reason why I ask this question is because it's twofold. What you want to do is you want to see the banker's reaction to that question. If they're, oh, nah, we don't really do that, or and they're kind of blowing you off, maybe that's not the bank for you. But also, what this question does is it's a gateway question, because now if they say, oh yeah, well, we have business credit cards with 0% interest, and after 6 months you can apply for a line of credit, and we have all these different grant programs or whatever programs they have for startups. Now you know this is a bank that you need to make a relationship with, right? So that's a twofold question, but that's pretty much it, Reaction Blogs. Once you establish the vendor accounts, you just reach out to the local banks, community banks, credit unions, and find out what lending programs they have. Don't ask them, do they offer high limit credit cards? Don't ask them about, you know, do you guys do no doc fund? No, just say, hey, I want to learn more about your business lending products. Remember, banks have products just like Walmart has products. Walmart sells toilet paper, they sell tissue, they sell deodorant. Banks have lines of credit, they have business credit cards, they have personal credit cards, they have business checking accounts, they have business savings accounts. These are bank products, just like Walmart has products, okay? So hopefully that answers your question as well, Reaction Blogs. My guy Mark said, I got the 2 NAV accounts quarterly. So what should I do now? I would just change one to monthly, Mark. I would just change one to monthly. And you shouldn't have an issue with it reporting monthly. It may just take a billing cycle. So once you come off of quarterly and then go back to monthly, the first of that following month is when you'll probably see a report on this month. Somebody said NAV was my first vendor account to report. Yeah, NAV reports pretty quickly. Cheetah said, bro, I want to say thank you for all your knowledge you are sharing. That's what I'm here for, Cheetah Express. Believe that. That's what I'm here for, man. So glad you were able to get value from it. And I appreciate you tapping in, family, as always, every week. And, executing on the information, man. That's the main thing. It's not me giving the information. It's y'all actually out here in the world who are executing on the information. So appreciate you, family. El Diamond said, what do we do if we have already purchased both NAV plans under the same email? Well, essentially what they'll do is they'll upgrade you to whatever the higher paid plan is. So what you can do is whichever one you feel comfortable with moving to a quarterly payment, just go back into that account and upgrade to a quarterly. So that's what I would do, L Diamonds. Is just change the email on one of them and make that account the quarterly, whichever one you use a different email for. That's what I would do. Said I have the account, but it's not reported yet on my business report profile. and I've had them for over 4 months. Did I do something wrong? I would have to look at the profile, L Diamonds. But if you want to send me a screenshot or a DM or email with the actual report, I can kind of look at it via email. But I will have to look at the profile to really know for sure. L Diamonds, apologize on that. Belinda said, I got the experience business for winning, not annual. I really don't see the use for it because you still can't see which trade line is or isn't reporting. Actually, Belinda, you can. They give you the last 4 digits of each account. So when you go back into your Experian business profile, they will show you the last 4 of each account number. And you can just look on your invoice and kind of compare the two. So you can see it easily more easily, I should say, in Experian and Nav. Nav just gives you like a snapshot. Let's see. Coach Ursula said, I did the Nav quarterly. I have 80 Paydex and 94 Equifax. My new business account is not built with a lot of funding right now. Can I still apply for business loans? It would just depend on the conversations you're having with the bank, Coach Ursula. So it would just depend on what banks. I think you're down in the Montgomery, Alabama area. So there's some great credit unions that work with startups in the Montgomery area. So just have that conversation. Most of the time, you will probably need, with credit unions, my experience, you will need at least 1 year tax returns. So that could be personal or business. So if this is a new business, as long as you have, income from your personal, they can use that to qualify you for the business lines of credit. So I would just have a conversation with them, Coach, and just find out what banks are lending. Now, I believe you're a part of our online training program. So we can have a conversation on one of our weekly calls about exactly what banks in the area you may want to start reaching out to. But you shouldn't have a problem even if it's a startup business. Everyone, please like. Yeah, man, y'all get the likes up. I'm on my Kevin Samuels now. Y'all got to get my likes up. We ain't going no further till we get the likes up. I'm just joking, man. Sis Shanika said, anyone able to get an account with Lands In? I don't know if they still do the net 30s, Sis Shanika. I could be wrong, but they may have stopped. I mean, it's not uncommon. Did you apply already, or were you thinking about applying? I mean, maybe I'll apply and be the guinea pig. I like to do the guinea pig thing for you guys here. So maybe I'll be the guinea pig and apply myself. It's 54 of us watching. It's only 22 likes. Let's match the like. Yeah, come on, Cheetah Express. Get them right. Get them right. Wally said, who are the best banks with business credit cards? I like BB&T if they're in your area now. Well, Truist now. I like BB&T. Who else? I like Chase a lot. Chase is great. Amex has been on fire. Who else? The City, AA Advantage. I mean, it's a bunch, man, honestly. But as far as like a business bank, I would say go to your top SBA lenders list in your area and find out which banks offer 0% interest business credit cards. And just make sure that they own the business credit card. You want to get about 4 or 5 that the bank actually owns the debt and is not outsourced to a third party like FNBO or Uline Financial or something like that. My man Credit Plug, I think he done ran FNBO in the ground. I don't think we're gonna be able to get nothing from FNBO for a minute, y'all. I think it might be a wrap. Shout out to Credit Plug. But yeah, just make sure that whatever local bank or credit union that you go to, that they own the business credit card, and you should be fine. D Swinson said he got 8,500 from Home Depot. Wow, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot coming from City, man. So I salute you. Salute. We're going to get into a few more questions. Blue Money Empire said, what are some trade lines that report the Duns? I tried Granger, Uline, and Quill. Yeah, you got those knocked out. You maybe can add Nav. You can add, what else? Who else reports to DNB? And I'm drawing a blank on DNB right now. Gas cards. Gas cards are great. Blue Money Empire. Who else reports to DNB in Tier 1? Quill is good. Granger, you got 2 gas cards. If you get the 80 Paydays cheat sheet, I got a list of about maybe 10 or 15. I just can't think of any more off the top of my head. Blue Money Empire. But those are the ones that come to mind. Real quick, what bank would you build the first as a new business once you have everything is set in stone? And what it would just depend on your limit. Reaction Vlog. That's a loaded question. I couldn't really give you a specific bank because I don't know what area you in. One thing I will say, start with the top SBA lenders list. Get that top SBA lenders list. If you do plan to attend the one-day masterclass, we give you a bank script that you can actually follow and read along to actually start having conversations with banks. But I would really need to know what your personal credit score looks like, how much cash you got in the bank. There's a lot. I mean, if you're in the South, I'm just going to assume you're in the South. I'm always say BB&T. I'm gonna just go with BB&T Truist first and foremost as the first bank. But they're not nationwide, so it would just depend. If you're on the West Coast, maybe you go West Banco, maybe you go PNC. If you're in like California, West Coast region, so it would just depend on the area. I like PNC a lot too. PNC and Truist would be my go-to if you're watching this. Whatever state, city, state you're in, PNC or Truist would be my go-to as far as like a first business bank. Now I like Truist over PNC only because they offer free business checking accounts. That's other than that, they're pretty much equal. Excuse me. Blue Money said, but won't they give me net 30 until I get a payday score? No, that's not the case. You need 3 unique trade lines in order to get a payday score. My guy Ty Credit said, I need to join the team. All right, man. Let's do it, brother. I'm with it. Let's do it. Shoot me an email, Ty the credit guy at info@cbcanetwork.com, because we are just to put this out here, we are going to be making we're going to be coming out with a program that's, we're going to make it where you can work together on a one-on-one, more of an intimate level. So if you got goals to get into $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 of funding, we're going to actually be working with you guys and building out a program where you can come in, see where you are. We'll put a game plan together and we'll work together one-on-one to execute on that game plan. So be on the lookout for more information on that. Corey Jenny said, if you have an 80 Paydays and a bad personal credit, can you move forward with business credit? Yes, you can, but I will still, and that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Yes, you can, but I will still address the personal credit issues because you will at some point get stuck. You will get stuck along the way. Now, if you have revenue, I would say if you have revenue, you're already bringing in, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 a month, then you may have some options where your personal credit is not necessarily needed. But if you're a startup or your revenue is not growing month over month, then yes, fix your personal credit. All right, we're gonna take a few more questions. Blue Money Empire said, "What are some trade lines that report the DMV?" Oh, okay, we already answered that. What up, Rev? My guy said, sorry I'm late. Got Sam's Club MasterCard. Hey, man, 52 weeks in a row, man. It's definitely on the horizon, family. I'm salute with y'all. How do we get a consultation? So, James, if you if you email me, info@cbcanetwork.com, I'll put it up here. If you email me at info@cbcanetwork.com, we can set up a time to book a one-on-one strategy call. And kind of go from there. So I'll leave it at that. Again, for those of you who are thinking about attending our next one-day masterclass, we do have early bird tickets going on. It's $1 for replay only, $47 for the general admission ticket, and then it's $197 for the VIP. All you need to do to register and get on the waiting list is text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360. Again, text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360, and we can get you set up for the next one-day masterclass. Let's see, we got a few more comments. We'll take a what's the email again? I'll post the link again. It is info@cbcanetwork.com. But yeah, like I said, we are coming out with a program that's going to be a little bit more intimate, a little bit more hands-on, one-on-one. Right now, we do offer the group coaching program as well. So for those of you who may want to tap into that, definitely shoot me an email and I can get you signed up for that. Belinda said, what time is the live stream tomorrow? I don't know, Belinda. I don't really know. I'm thinking 4 or 5 p.m., somewhere around there. Not too late. It won't be our normal time. It won't be anything after 7 p.m. 7 p.m. at the latest. But I'm thinking probably 4:30 Eastern. But I mean, again, it'll be recorded. It'll be on the channel. So yeah, it'll be here for you guys to come back and watch. But yeah, family, I appreciate you guys tonight. Hopefully you got kind of a head start on how to build business credit in 2022. Again, we talked about the 5 vendor accounts that you need to build business credit in 2022. I mean, literally these 5 is really all you really need as a foundation. And then you can kind of build on top of them. So nav.com, quill.com, uline.com, Strategic Network Solutions, and Crown Office Supplies. Those 5 is the 5 that I recommend that you start with to build business credit in 2022, family. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, in Willis, you said you need help with your personal credit. Tomorrow, make sure you tap in. We're going to be doing a 3-day personal credit do-it-yourself challenge. It's absolutely 100% free. And then we're going to have some more information at our next one-day masterclass on personal credit. Things to do as well. But other than that, family, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me always. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit a like button. It helps our content get out to a wider audience. And as always, make sure you turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of our weekly live streams at 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. So I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. And we will catch you guys on the next live stream next week. Again, if you want to get early bird tickets to our next event, make sure you text the letters EZ to 980-825-4360 to get on the wait list for the early bird tickets. I appreciate y'all, family, and we're going to get out of here, and y'all have a blessed and safe evening. All right. Somebody said this channel is the truth. I appreciate you. Awakening Greatness with Prince David, man. Hey, man, that's a dope YouTube channel name. Like, how can you go wrong with a channel name like that? Awakening Greatness with Prince David. That is fire, bro. He said we lit. Hey, man, I appreciate you, family. But yeah, man, we out of here, family. As always, appreciate all the likes, all the love, all the support, and we'll see you guys here tomorrow for a personal credit deep dive. Everything you need to know about how to structure your personal credit for business funding in 2022. So we'll catch y'all tomorrow, family. Peace.